Hi, everybody. This is Carla, Live, Love, Laugh by Real Estate from me, of course. I am here with Sandy.
Hi.
And Sandy just purchased a beautiful, beautiful condo, making me rethink my condo. But one of the reasons that I wanted to interview you, Sandy, is because if you look on the news, if you look on the news, you look on the internet, you listen to the radio, even if you listen to people around you, people in the industry, everyone has an opinion on what's going on in the market, right? But you never hear
Absolutely.
from the buyers. Every
Yes.
you never hear the what the buyers are going through. So I was like, you know what, you had such a great journey
Right.
that's why I wanted you to like share with others, because I'm going to take this video and I'm going to share with other buyers, because I actually just met a buyer yesterday that had kind of a similar experience that you went through.
Okay.
So that's why I'm here today. So I'm kind of going to interview you. I'm putting my Oprah hat on today.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So the first thing I want to know is, when you decided to buy, what made you finally decide to say, all right, I'm ready to buy? Even
Uh,
even
but,
even with all the market, the stuff you heard in the market.
I just finally had the credit. I was financially stable. I had the money to put on the closing costs. Like I've been saving. Like I said, this was my third attempt,
Oh
and I
wow.
the ultimate goal, right, was to purchase. I didn't
Oh
know. I didn't when or how. I just knew I had to save up for it. And when I felt finally ready, and this was the time. Even though everybody was like, "This is the worst time," I was like, "I can't be putting my money in somebody else's pockets." You know.
exactly. Okay, so keyword saving. How long did you have a method for saving, or were you just like, how long did you save?
6 months, which is really short for a lot of people. So I told myself I need to start living within my needs, right? I had to
Right,
figure priorities was going out to eat, right? Shopping, the little things that we think we need or we're so used to doing.
right.
Uh, at home, realizing I got a lot of clothes and shoes in my closet. I don't need to do any more shopping, just
Right.
add up. So every time I felt like spending money, I told myself this is the ultimate goal. Once I purchase my house, I can go shopping. I can go out to eat.
Right. I
So
love that. I love that.
live.
I love that. I
Mhm.
love that. So tell me, okay, so the first step, you did your saving, and I love that, because you're right. Going out to, like, I just went out to eat the other day and I spent like $20 on
Right.
like some wings and a salad. But at the same, it's kind of like, sometimes you just like, what, that can add up.
It adds up.
If I did
That's-
that 5 times a week, right? What's that,
And I'm a
400 a
generous
month?
tip. I tip a lot. So.
Right. Okay, so the second thing is the lender process. How did you go about choosing your lender? Like, were you, when you got into this market, did you kind of do your own research? Were you
Yes.
educated yourself? Okay, you did your own research.
So, like I said, because it was my third attempt, the first time, everybody tells you to shop. It's like shopping for insurance, shopping for anything, right?
Right.
You always get free quotes. So the first time I attempted, I did only banks, like actual banks around like local banks.
Okay.
And it was all great, but I just felt like the numbers weren't hitting right. And then Rocket Mortgage is a very known company, very big company. But I just like how they broke it down for you.
Okay.
Banks, they're a bank, right? So they're busy and they do other loans and they're. I just feel like it wasn't their main focus. Where with the
Right.
mortgage lenders, right, it's their main focus.
Okay. Okay.
So Rocket Mortgage, I think it was Quicken Loans originally. I think they like changed
Switched
their.
over.
Yes, so Quicken Loans was the original name. And I just always felt, like I said, a great experience. They break it down for you, uh,
Okay.
especially as a first time buyer, because you're like, this is a lot of numbers. What does this mean? What does that mean? So I
So
felt more comfortable.
So after you, so you did, so you saved, and then you found your lender, and then how did you find your realtor? Like, how did you do that? How did you go
So
about that?
I love telling this part. Obviously, as a buyer, somebody looking, we're signing up for Zillow, Realtor, and everything. So you have all these real estate agents hitting you up. Also, I have friends too, and I realized just because they're your friends doesn't mean that it's a match.
Right,
Doesn't
right,
mean that it will work out. So I've worked with other agents and I didn't have that connection, right? Shopping with them and telling them what I wanted, but they're not listening. So
okay,
what I was saying, like this is the numbers that I'm looking at, even though I got approved for this amount, I only want to spend this amount. but they were still sending me homes that were way above what I stated. So that was,
Okay.
I'm like, you're supposed to be helping me out. And then I remember you were always sending me homes through email. And I was like, you know what, let me try her out. And a great decision, best decision I've ever made. So thank you.
Well, I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. So
for a lender, shopping for an agent, shopping
right.
all the right. You just gotta shop.
So let me ask you something, and I'm loving everything you're saying, because again, these are like not conversations that buyers hear. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like everything is from the realtor perspective. You know, I'm doing this, or you know, it's from the lender, or but
Right.
you, I'm loving your journey. So, in what advice would you give someone? You kind of already said it, but like with the lender, you said that you felt like the banks just didn't have that personal touch, like
Right.
you and then you fell into Rocket Mortgage. But the main thing, I think, after you get past that, because even if you can't find a great lender, if you get with a lot of realtors work with have mortgage companies that they work with. I'm with Robert Slack. Robert Slack owns a mortgage company called Florida Funding. But of course, by the time we had met, you were already good. In hindsight, with your experience with realtors, what advice would you give buyers that's looking for a realtor? Like what are some of the attributes or some of the things that you think they should have?
So what I loved about you out of all the agents is you over communicate. A lot of people might find that annoying, but because this is so much money being thrown into into one thing, I want you to over communicate. I want you to tell me why you think this is a bad idea or a good idea. You're the professional, right? I'm coming
Right.
to you for
Right.
guidance.
Right.
If I don't have like a response within 24 hours, that I'm not trying to push it, like, then I feel like, okay, maybe I'm just another number, right? Like I said, I understand this is all business and stuff like that, but this is a lot of money. And me being a first time buyer, I want to know everything.
Right.
Right. And I don't want to feel like I'm being robbed or that you're just trying to make money off me.
Got it. Got it.
Right.
Got it.
And like you told me, real estate is your husband. I love that. You were over involved, which I love. Like, I want you to hold my hand. I know that sounds terrible, but I want you to hold my hand, guide me, and tell me why you think, this is a waste of time, or yeah, we can look into this. And when you did put offers and they didn't go through, you explained why they didn't go through. And it made me think, okay, maybe I should start looking at it this way instead of that way,
Right.
The over communicating was great. And any questions I asked, you answered.
Right.
Would find an answer for me if you didn't have it. So I think when you're finding an agent, that connection, right? Feeling special and important, not just another client.
Right.
Just seeing, yeah, I guess that's the best way. And seeing if they're listening to you. When you tell them, I want this, I want a pool, I want a garage, I want a 3-bedroom, and they're showing you properties that don't have any of that.
Right.
That are like double the amount. They're showing it's just
Right. Okay. So I love that you set a budget. So you set a goal. Then you shop for your lender, and then you found your realtor. Okay. So as far as, is there any part of the process that you as a first time buyer went, I didn't know that you could share with other people? Like, was it anything that you was like, okay, this is interesting, I wasn't ready for this?
Well, a big thing that I've told a lot of people is that when you do an FHA loan, I don't know this about, but you're not able to look at condos. That's something I had no idea. There's a lot of restrictions on certain mortgage lenders.
Right.
And this is other people's experience. Depending on your lender too. Like I'm going to use my cousin's experience. He was not able to purchase any homes that wasn't lived in for 2 years, at least 2 years. He couldn't buy from investors that just bought and flipped.
Okay, so it was FHA.
Right. But but it was any loans that mortgage lender just would not approve that, and then I found out, like, if I did conventional, I was able to actually look at condos. So I didn't realize how much restrictions depending on your loan. That was a big thing.
Right.
Also, like HOAs, I didn't realize HOA rates can go up and down. So I think you showed me that. That was something interesting. So when I shopped, I realized, okay, I got to look at this. What else? I don't know.
What about, okay, so one of the things that was great with you, and you were in a good financial position because we went through the appraisal,
Right.
right? And the appraisal, a lot, first off, a lot of people don't understand is sellers are not paying closing costs. They're
Right.
not. You
Right.
as a, it used to be, but now they're not.
Right.
When we went through the appraisal, a lot of sellers are expecting people to fill in the appraisal gap, right? So what happened with you, you were in a financial situation to actually fill in some of that gap. So
Correct.
would you advise buyers to just save a little bit more and to go, go over that gap if it's something that they really want?
Absolutely. In today's market, it is a bidding war. We all know that. And that's why a lot of people are waiting, right? But I knew that it would go, it would eventually happen. But there was another thing that I had said too, like, either way, money's gonna be coming out of my pockets, whether it's towards like fixing the place up
Right.
or filling in the appraisal or something, right? I knew that I would have to spend a few dollars out of my pocket. And I had to determine which way I wanted to go. Am I willing to get new floors at this property, or am I willing to just go to a property that's move-in ready and just pay the difference?
Right, right.
A lot of things that I had to think about, but the numbers were right with this one for
Right,
sure.
right. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, you have a absolutely, again, I wish I would have known about this area. Like, you got me walking through my condo like, man.
It
But
was
it's a,
like it was a hidden treasure because we were shopping. I've been shopping for a long time, and
right,
actually that was my second time seeing the property when I finally decided to offer. It was one of the first properties I saw with a different agent, but because it was one of the first, I said I still wanted to shop to see what was out there.
right,
So
right, right. Well, I am, you are like, you make to me like, this is why I'm in this industry, because I enjoy, like, I just enjoyed watching your journey, you know what I
thank
mean?
yeah,
And I am like overly happy for you.
thank
And
you.
this is why I wanted to do this interview with you. And I appreciate all the compliments you gave moi, but
Yeah,
it was more or less just to have an honest conversation with the buyer about
right,
the market, because I could say it, but unless someone hears it from a buyer and hear their experience, it really doesn't, it's really not valid. And
right,
I think you were smart enough to realize, I just told someone that today, I said, look, either way, you're paying someone's mortgage. Either you're paying your own or you paying, your rent. Either way, you're paying a mortgage. So if you could buy a home now, you could
right.
always refinance, right?
I think a lot of people are waiting for the market. The statement is, I'm waiting for the market to crash. I'm waiting for it to go down. And the way things are going, it might be a while. And you're going
Right,
to pay that rent. You're going to
right,
give money to
right.
pocket. And it's like, well, all right, do you, boo.
Exactly, exactly.
I can't tell you any different if that's how you feel. But guess what? My money is finally coming in my pocket. It's not
Exactly. Exactly. We're going to keep our eye on the equity for your condo. But anyway, any last words of wisdom for buyers right now? Because
I think just you've helped me so much. I want to say thank you. I
oh,
appreciate you.
you're so welcome.
I feel like everything happened for a reason. There's a reason why I decided to pick you and why I went with Rocket. And this was too easy. I was really nervous. I was telling you, I'm like,
Right,
this is too easy for being such a huge purchase, like in the
right.
experience I've had in the past. So I want to say thank you to you. I think that if for anybody that's looking to buy, like, find that connection with your agent, with your lender, and then the journey will be smooth. Find somebody who is willing to fight for you, which you've done. You have fought for me throughout this whole journey. So, which is such a big deal, because you, like you said, you're not selling Tupperware, you're selling homes, you know? Love that. Growing out. So yeah,
Exactly.
it's just, oh my goodness. It was so great. Everything was too great. So
Good. I am happy for you. I am happy for you. Thank you for giving me your time today. You guys remember Live, Love, Laugh, our real estate for me, and listen to Sandy. Just the fact that I love just your, more than anything, I love that you planned and that you
yeah,
did a budget and
yeah,
that you really, because just a last tidbit for everybody, even though we're the realtors and we're the professionals, always do your own homework,
right.
because you can always teach. It's so much in this to learn in real estate
Yeah,
that it makes you feel better when you've done your research and I'm
of course.
validating what you research.
Right.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So
Yep.
anyway, thank you. And kiss that baby for me.
Yes, I will.
All
Bye.
right. Thank
So
you. Bye.